Hey guys, this is Tombox.
What's going on, guys? JQuan here.
And today we are looking at the future.
Yep.
Future cards. I mean, there's been a lot of releases for, what's this set called? Archazia's Island?
Archazia's
Island. Sorry, I'm dyslexic, so I'm going to say everything
Archazia.
wrong. Archazia? Thanks for correcting me.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of the running thing that happens.
It's a nice name. I like it. It's new. It's fresh.
And this is actually our first discussion video, so we're going to pop up some cards in a moment like this. Okay, we're going to pop up some cards. We're going to give our opinion.
Yep.
I'm coming from a background of, I know very little about Lorcana. Even now, like, I've only, like, played on camera, like, twice. And even, like, my set champs, I can tell you,
that's
I'm
the best.
terrible.
But that's the best thing, though, right? It's like you're coming from a different perspective, so you're going to look at these cards from a different perspective. An unbiased, like... perspective, right?
Scrub perspective. You don't have to be nice. I know when I suck.
Well, I'll roast you when it comes.
Okay, well, you know what? This is going to be a long one if you don't get started now, so make sure you guys hit the like button, hit subscribe, ding that notification bell, and let's get started. So, first card here, an uninkable one. We're going to go from common, uncommon, rare, super, legendary, and this is the first one. These are the cards that actually caught our attention.
Yeah.
We might not agree on things, but here, this is
been a lot of hype around some of these cards. Like as soon as they came out, like everyone was just
hey,
like,
you know what? I got burned on Oswald from last set. Everyone's like,
yeah.
Oswald's so cool. Imagine getting a free thing. I'm like,
the problem with Oswald is that you need a card to make it good, right? You can't just guess out of nowhere what item is it going to be.
Just play
right?
Merlin's Cottage.
I guess so.
But then again, if there's nothing good on top, you still.
But again,
there's like so many conditions.
We're looking at cards that are going to be good on its own.
Okay,
right?
fair enough. First one, Water's Memory, a memory of water.
Yeah.
This is one cost. Look at the top 4 cards. I'm just gonna read over here.
Yeah.
Look at the top 4 cards of the chosen player's deck. Put one to the top of the deck and the rest to the bottom of the deck in any order. I mean, for a one drop.
So your 1-drop in a blue deck. So I'm thinking red, blue.
It's kind of weird.
Blue, steel, and green, blue.
I think like late game it's better because like you can messing up someone's draw. Like a red blue player, they're on the top deck at the moment, and you get to control their top deck. You get to look at 4 cards, and you're like, this card is a Tipo. You can have the Tipo. I'm gonna give you a Tipo. I'm thinking that.
But I like this card in the early game because let's just say you're versing against Amber Steel. You're putting back that whole new world. You're putting back their shift lines, right? Okay. You're putting back like Hiram's. You're putting back like just really good stuff that you don't want to see in the next couple turns, right? And you're giving them one bad uninkable card. Hopefully.
Okay, hopefully. Well, okay, there's always going to be variants.
Yeah. Not to mention also, like, this card is 1-drop. So let's just say you're playing Azurite Seal on turn 2, and you ink that extra, then you can play this as well on turn 2.
I like that. I like the Azurite Sea 1-drop follow-up. That's always like one of the things. Into a popsicle, like, that's the typical thing. All right, let's go.
I like this card.
So you like it.
Has promise.
I think it's decent.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's trash. Next. Let me hide this piece here.
Now you have a lot to say about this.
I like this card. I like this. Okay, I'm a Baja Blast player. I've been playing blue green for like ever.
Yep.
And I'm sure I might not
have
flagship deck. I kind of like my ward one, and this is kind of going in that direction.
Alice could give this ward.
Alice could give this ward, and also very powerful. Same stat line as Grammatala. What I'm thinking about this one is turn 1, play Popsicle. Send in the popsicle, we just drop her, so I have a 3-drop, so I can start singing stuff.
That's true.
On turn 2, so I can go double ramp.
Right.
On turn 2,
because you could sing 1 jump.
Sing 1 jump, and then I'll play Sail the Azurite Sea.
Yeah.
And then on turn 3, I have 4.
Or you can follow it with a Tipo.
Yeah.
Right?
Or
Some sort of turn 2 drop.
I think this card's really good. It also deals with Calhoun, deals with Snake. It also answers like Smee if I need to answer Smee.
Puts Daisy on a clock, right?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that's what I think. I think this card's amazing. I think it's really, really good. Worst case scenario, I anchor away.
I think it's really good, especially as a common.
Oh yeah, it's a common.
Look out for these in foil.
I mean, you can shift into those like Floodborn bells.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think this one's a good card in my opinion because it's just it's so easy to play on turn 1.
It's affordable, right? It's affordable. It's a budget-friendly card and it has really high upside potential.
Yeah. Well, I mean, next. Hiro Hamada. Okay, a lot of these common cards, they're for me. Because like you look at the common cards, like, we're like, what the, I don't want to talk about common cards.
Tombox, the budget player.
Hey, I want
he spends too much money on Yu-Gi-Oh.
I want to like enjoy some of the more common stuff, and this one had a bit of hype behind it because if you play a Floodborn card on top of this card, you can draw a card. The only card that people kind of paired it with, of course, was the Baymax, the Baja Blast Floodborne Baymax.
Personally, for me, like I don't like this card because I think it's just way too expensive on turn 3.
I think it's okay. You like
prove me wrong.
I don't know. I don't know, man. like if you look at this, like, hey, when you shift on top of it, you get to draw a card.
Yeah.
Then you bounce that card back to your hand, and now you can redo it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was bad.
That's a stretch. That's a stretch. We're not playing purple here.
That's true. We're not playing purple, and I guess it is a little expensive. If you can ramp early.
Yeah, like I would say if we get more like Floodborne Shift support cards, this could be a very good card in the future. So we'll see. Like
I think it needs to be like a 2-drop. Like you can lower, like you can make it like a, I don't know, a 1/3. I'll take it as a 1/3.
Yeah,
and put it as a 2-drop.
I would make it uninkable too, right? Like as long as this is cheaper, I think it's more playable.
Sure.
And as long as it has some sort of survivability, right? Because
I mean, 3/3 is good.
Yeah, 3/3 is good, but
it's expensive. The spending 3-drops just kind of puts it.
Yeah, right. Because again, you are like kind of shifting Baymax right after this, but that's really.
I'm gonna take a swing and then shift in Baymax. And...
Yeah, and then heal. So I guess it's good. It has its applications, right? But we'll see if it's gonna be like a meta contender.
Oh, fair enough.
You'll make it a meta contender.
I don't know if I got that kind of that power. Next. Did I skip one? I did skip one. Giant Cobra.
Card's broken.
I don't know, man.
Love this card.
It's 4/4 at 3. Like you mentioned, it's one of those cards at 3 that's pretty powerful. But it's illusion.
It's illusion, but you can kind of compare like Snake or Fox, right? You're losing tempo because you're bouncing a card back to your hand. So this is like similar in that way, and that's why you're getting that 4/4 body, right?
But I think you care more about the second effect. You can play this card, discard a card, and gain 2 lore. It's like bigger goat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bigger goat.
This thing can come down at any point in time. Like, if you're playing, like, Purple Steel, you know that you're probably not going to have too many cards in your hand. Because everything's going to be on the board, right? You're going to drop the dog, draw 2 cards, play more cards, drop another dog. This card I especially like because if you get 2 dogs in your hands, you can discard a dog and play the other dog and not feel so bad about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I like this card.
I'm going to mosquito bite it. I'll ready the character for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Next, the Troubadour. It's just better.
It's a turtle.
It is a turtle. It's just better Ursula. It's a good card. I don't think there's too much to say about it.
It's gonna be a staple for Steel Song and Diggy Dig Ho.
So I'm just looking at the Ursula here.
Yeah.
I mean, for 1 extra life, I take the 1 resist any day as a 2-drop.
Of course.
You take the extra resist.
This thing survives a Tinkerbell being played, right? Like, it's just good. I like it.
No, it's good. You don't take damage for the Tinkerbell.
No.
And swinging into this,
you can swing
cheap
into
stuff.
the cheap stuff that has 1 strength. This whole thing will still survive.
Singer 4, it's just better Ursula.
I like it.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Sapphire coil. So there is a new series of cards called the coil cards. So it's like there's the Comic Cons now. There's the coil. Yep. What's next? Once you get all the pieces together, you build a giant robot.
That's assemble all the pieces.
Oh, Megazord going on. Hey, there's the Sapphire bot, giant robot
with everything.
You have to banish all the items in the future.
Get all the items.
And you dig it out of the deck and put it on
play. That'd be cool. One of these days.
This is like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah.
So what's so good about this card? This is essentially the new ice block, right?
New ice block. It's inkable, and
on ink you make a character -2.
Yeah, because keep in mind, if you read it, you're not exerting this item, right? This item just automatically triggers. You know, if you ink an extra card. So let's just say how far I'll go. You TPO, and then you ink naturally, right? You got all these. Essentially, this thing is gonna probably proc twice.
So it's kind of like a Zipper, like ink a card, the card gains like ward or something, or gains resist 1.
Yeah.
Like, it's not something like that. Like, it's one of those cards, but it's an item, so
yeah. And -2 is huge because now you can get rid of like all these things that ice block couldn't touch before, right? And then just drop your Sisu on there and get rid of like a 4 strength. Right?
I don't like how you're dropping Sisu. you don't need to go there.
Well, Brawl equally as bad, right?
You can hit
but in your deck, keep in mind that this is going to be super combo with Under the Sea. Oh,
but is it Under the Sea even the issue? But I guess I would combo with Muses though.
Yeah,
I would combo
Muses
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Baymax. So this is that Floodborne Baymax that has universal shift for. Maybe there's gonna be more cards that have universal shift. I think, or it's just maybe it's like a mech specialty. It's like an arm. Like clearly Baymax is just an armor here.
Yeah.
So
it does have the robot, kind of like archetype on there too. So maybe that might be more relevant in the future.
Oh, can you imagine all robots
that'd be cool.
transforming into robots? Are there any like Disney IP that has something like that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Like Hero 6 was kind of like a Marvel IP.
It kind of was, right? So
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Iron Man, you can shift all your armors into different armors. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Kind of looks like Iron Man when you think about it.
Kingdom Hearts. Marvel.
Oh, now you're spoiling it.
That's the future of Lorcana.
That's Disney's 5-year game plan.
Yeah, they're gonna go there. They're gonna mix in all the IPs
Fingers
available.
crossed.
So Universal Shift, you shift on top of it, you remove all the damage. People have been hyping this as a pretty good card. I don't mind kind of believing it because I got burned on Oswald before. Like I spent a lot. My Oswald shipment came super late, and by the time I got it, I spent like over like $100 on Oswald.
Yeah.
And then by the time it came over, it was like I lost.
Yeah.
I lost like
Luckily,
I don't know, $70.
This is an uncommon, so
it's not too bad.
You lose $1 at most, right?
More like it's like the Basil hype, the shift line Basil hype.
I think what people are most hyped about is that this is the first time that we have a universal shift. So this essentially opens the door for more universal shift in the future, right?
Yeah. Okay, but it is very powerful. I mean, look at this.
Has the same stats as Scrooge, so
I like it. just on that alone.
We'll see how it goes.
I don't know, but it's 6 uninkable. That's the only part I don't like.
Yeah, 6
if it was inkable, I would be
because if you're playing these colors, you could potentially drop Scrooge anyways. I don't think healing's really that relevant. Because like, what are you gonna shift it? That
shift
you
on
played
a
on turn 3, 2, or
shift
1,
on a
right?
hero that's really hurt.
I guess so.
Yeah,
but it seems like a tempo loss,
You're
right?
losing your hero. Okay, this one I don't get it. I really don't.
This card's interesting.
So there's like what? It's all colors.
You just ramp with your whole hand away. Essentially, what it is, right? So you shift this, and let's just say.
So do you want to shift on 3?
You want to shift on 3, and essentially you just want to go top deck mode and go really heavily into maybe Doc or Honey.
I don't know why I read this as like crappy Mufasa.
Well, this is the thing. Playing this could get you a Mufasa, right?
Okay.
It could get you Mufasa faster.
You have the top deck into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Let's just say you play 4 docs, 4 Honey Worlds.
Like top deck decks are like red blue.
Yeah.
DKP. Let's go red blue.
Sure.
Let's go red blue for a second. This is a blue steel card. So you're digging for like wheels.
Yeah.
You're digging for like whole new worlds, docks, so that you can replenish your hand, so you can play the cards. So you're playing a top deck game. But like if you top deck like Tipo and.
Well, at this point, you would try and change the deck a little bit more, and because keep in mind, there's also the QE version of this.
What's that?
Where
what does it mean like QE?
It's a deck made by Harlan. Harlan Sui, another YouTuber.
Okay.
And essentially, he plays this color in a very low to the ground, right, strategy.
Okay.
So essentially, everything that you can top deck will be good.
Okay.
Right? You can play Alice.
So this is kind of up his alley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has potential. I like it.
Like, what if you just get a series of bad top deck? I like that it has resist 1, and you can like again we're loving the resist here. It's steel after all.
Keep in mind as well is that you don't have to use its effect. You could shift it and then just sing Honey World.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I like the is it you can?
It's you like.
Wait, no. When you play this character, put on.
Oh, okay,
you have to.
Okay,
no,
I'm
you
wrong.
have to. You have to. Let's read the card here.
I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Can't read.
That's
I make up my own rules as I go.
I'm a judge. I read cards. Okay, next one. This is Isabela. I like this card. So, I didn't translate it. Okay, well, if you guys don't know, if a character sings, they cannot get challenged.
Yeah.
So
protects that singer.
Protects the singer. I mean, that's one of the things when I deal with like Steel Song or Lemon Lime discard.
Right.
They love singing their stuff, but they won't sing unless it's like safe or they can guarantee that the character's gone. They're not gonna feel the threat.
I like it in the blue yellow deck.
I feel like it's like kind of win more, isn't it? A little bit.
Could be.
It's uninkable 5 for 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the quest number. I mean, a 5-drop with 4 quests.
That's huge, right?
That's like one step behind like the other Madrigal.
You pair this up with Alice, and this is a 5-quester.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, you add ward on top. Yeah, I see lemon water. Okay. Yeah.
Could be good.
But that's 8 uninkables ink worth of characters.
This essentially would be like your top heavy card of the deck, right? Like you wouldn't run anything else higher than 5.
True. Yeah. I mean the issue here for me is that if I could sing wheel with this, I would. Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lose the character by challenge. But she's also at the stat line where you're not getting brawled. But you can get Madame Medusa. You can get Tremaine.
Right.
But hopefully you rip those things out of their hand.
Well, hopefully by then, you would have quested for quite a lot. You hopefully would have reached that 10 lore threshold where you just don't care.
But if you go lemon water, like this could be your finisher,
Yeah.
It's a
yeah,
finisher.
exactly.
I don't know. I feel like there's potential with her. But then again, there's like a lot of potential. Like what was that other that princess and the frog?
Oh, yep. Tiana. Yeah.
Well, at least this is a rare.
That's like this card could be one of those cards where it's like a trap, right? It has just it has a lot of lore, so it entices you to want to play.
Hey, you can play in draft.
Draft is good. Yeah, I would say this card would be really good in draft.
Mushu.
I love this card. This is the first time we've seen Mushu ever printed in Lorcana. So this is his first printing.
So it's time for him to get an enchanted. That's what you're saying.
I think he is gonna get enchanted.
He's really good. I'm reading the cards right here. TLDR turns every of your other character into a Calhoun.
Yeah.
So they get resist 2.
Yeah, resist 2.
That's more than Calhoun.
It's more than Calhoun, but keep in mind that it kind of needs other characters to be good, right?
Because whenever your character challenge, they gain resist. So this includes itself because it doesn't say other.
Yeah.
During your turn, whenever one of your character banishes, you gain the lore. So that part's part of it.
So that part is
still Calhoun. That's purely Calhoun.
Yeah, exactly. But
like
you can't
Robin
use
Hood.
Mushu with that effect, right? So the resist applies to Mushu. The second effect applies to the other characters.
Wait, why does it not apply to whenever one of your characters banishes another character?
It does. Oh, okay. So
Mushu, it's just Calhoun.
Cool. So that means this card's gonna be good because usually any time that a card does something for itself, but also does something for another card and combos well together, like it's just gonna be a good card.
This is a good card.
Yeah.
I like this card.
Yeah.
So I read over the other cards that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna come back to Mushu later on because I feel like there's a way to cheat him out that I really enjoy.
Okay.
I think there's a possibility. I don't know. It's gonna cause mulliganing really weird.
Yeah.
In the upcoming set, I think that's what they're tackling. Next we have Daisy Duck. This is a rare. We're in the rare section now. Okay, so we have Daisy. Daisy is 6/5. Whenever you ink a card, you Mother knows best. You do not Mother's knows best.
Yeah.
On ink, I think there's potential. She's very expensive. This is like a ramp Baja Blast card.
You have to play this in Baja Blast. Like Emerald Steel can't play this because it'll never get up to 8 at all. Like it goes to 5 at most.
This is ramp Baja Blast.
Yeah.
This also kind of puts. What I like is I don't want to expend cards in my hand to bounce, so I'm thinking like Dragonstone, and I would play a bit more character based. Like, my Tipo is gone, so I will have limited ammo, but hopefully the limited ammo I have with this card will make up for it, and I can still quest with this card because it's still 3. Because I don't want to go like Fishbone.
Yeah.
I'll still have my once per turn ink. Sure, if I can get that, I'll still use that as a bounce. But it turns all cards into ink bounce or playable card.
I like it.
But Dragonstone just makes it so that free bounce.
The fact that it costs a lot, but it has a really good stat line, right? 6/5 questing for 3 is nothing to scoff at.
No, it's how Clarabelle asks.
I like it.
Oh
yes, Ink Geyser.
Ink Geyser.
This is a Yu-Gi-Oh card right here.
This is a floodgate. This is literally a floodgate. This is one of the few things that damages people's inkwell.
Yeah.
No, is there any other card that damages the inkwell?
I don't believe so.
We have stuff that pushes stuff into the
There's
inkwell.
Mufasa that damaged yourself, where it takes back cards from the inkwell and puts it back to your hand, but not for your opponent. Like, there's no cards right now that disrupts your opponent's inkwell.
This is like when Magic gained like the ability to affect people's lands. Like land breakers.
Oh god, like Armageddon.
Yeah,
or
take away all their land. All lands are removed.
This card's very controversial because a lot of people love this card, but there's a lot of people that hate this card because people are worried.
What
that
you mean
this card
talk
can
about?
break the game.
Are they playing like red blue? Is that why they're?
Yeah.
It's like
all these red blue players.
They're like anyone playing red would probably feel it like because this is like a cost 3, so they can wait till you get 6,
right?
Or let you ramp up to like 8 or 9, and then they go in Geyser, and then all of a sudden I feel like all of your B preps are dead, your Sisus are dead. It's like a super peak.
This is one thing, right? You Ink Geyser Red Blue, they've used all their ramp early. They've used Azurite Serie, they use Tipo, right? They have no way to ramp back up to like 7 ink or 8 ink in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah.
So if you build a board, if you have a full board, and You can even do the math because you'd be like, okay, well, if they go back down to 3, if they gotta play B prep or C suit, they need to go to 7 or 8, maybe like 6 if they can shift in. So that's 3 turns for you to quest. Just like ignore the board and just quest.
And there's like other potential too, because hopefully when you resolve this, you have stuff on the board, and hopefully you have stuff like Clarabelle. Or maybe just like other ways to just draw more ramp.
Or Fishbone to re-ramp yourself.
Like, keep in mind, we're playing Baja Blast colors. So there's like potential to combo this with Bend to Your Will.
Bend to Your Will is going to be really annoying.
Under the Sea as well.
Put them back to 3.
Yeah. Just,
you make them lose a whole hand and then put them back to 3. No, oh my god. They'll get a top deck on 1 and all their good cards are like gone already. That's ridiculous.
This is a salty card.
I know people aren't gonna shake my hand after I play this.
Oh no!
I mean, I wouldn't. They already hate. They already hate Bend to Your Will.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bend to Your Will. Game over. Like we know that like 9 times out of 10 when someone eats that, they just.
This card's scary.
Next we have Mulan. So more into the whole Mulan lore. Of course, we got Mushu, and we have another Floodborn here. Hero Princess. Shift for 5. 2 lore. Evasive. I like the evasive, and I love how you can just shift into her. Because there's quite a few good Mulan.
There's I believe 3 different Mulans. So there's a new 1-drop Mulan, and then there's also the 2 red Mulans from the past set. So there's quite a few, and I think there might be like more too that I can't think of.
So whenever this character challenges another character, your other characters gain the ability to challenge ready characters. I mean, this is an okay card.
It kind of reminds me.
How come every card feels like we're going towards Yu-Gi-Oh? We're gonna attack position monsters.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of Cinderella Stouthearted, the shift, where you can attack rated characters because it's also really expensive too, right? So similar in cost in that way.
I don't know if I want to play this. I don't know if I want to really.
It really depends on what type of strategy that.
What about that legendary Mulan? The other Floodborn.
The other Floodborn, that one's a 2/6, and then
pings 2, right?
It pings 2. You have to challenge something, and then it spreads the
2 damage.
Yeah, to other characters. So I don't think there's too much synergies with those.
I think it's.
But on its own, could be good. Its stats are pretty decent.
I mean, I play this in draft.
Yeah,
it seems really
being
good.
a meta contender, I don't think so.
Yeah, kind of weird. I'd rather play the Mushu.
Yeah.
Okay. You can talk about this one.
This card's interesting because
you played Christmas colors before.
Yeah. So this card's interesting because now you can actually play a more of a damage matter kind of strategy and less of a discard strategy. This card's funny too because
it's King Tiger Wang Hu.
Yeah, it's King Tiger Wang Hu, right? It just like slowly, essentially, this is almost like a stun deck.
It's Slifer the Sky Dragon.
Yeah.
If you guys know what King Tiger is, you guys know what Slifer is. This is Slifer. Anytime something gets put on board, they're taking some kind of damage.
And this thing's fast. Like you can just shift them on top of a morph.
That's really
right. Or the Rush annoying. Queen of Hearts, right? But it is brawlable, so I don't know how I feel about that. And it's uninkable.
You got a Cove.
But it has a really, really cool effect.
Put that morph in a Cove and shift in.
Yeah, that's true. But then you're committing a lot of cards and hoping this thing will stick. Because even when this thing also damages your own characters too, right? So there are cards like Dinner Bell that might like make it good, where it's just like you can draw based off of your damage characters.
I wonder if this is just like all hype, like it's like a cool effect, but no one.
But it's a nice like combo enabler, right? It was kind of like there are so many damage type of cards, but not too.
No one really
things.
looked into it though.
Yeah, no one really looked into it. So this has potential, right? It only gets better in the future.
I don't know.
So we'll see.
I'm not a believer just because like it's kind of expensive to play this into a brawl.
Yeah. I like the art though.
Art's pretty wicked.
I can see this as an enchanted.
Gantu Super. When you play this character, your characters both players can't exert to sing songs until the start of your next turn. So this almost feels like you're repeating yourself a little bit. But I think it's okay. I mean, you can play it later on after you've already sung your songs and go kumbaya.
You could play this in Steel Fasa decks. Right, so Steel Fasa and then maybe Diggy Diggy Holes where you don't play as many songs as well.
I mean, okay, fair enough. I mean, you can pre-play all your songs anyway before you drop this. Each player pays 2 or more for actions and items.
That second ability is
that looks broken.
Yeah, like that's a floodgate.
Yeah, that's a floodgate.
That's a floodgate.
That is legit. Like, here's additional cost for you to play cards. I don't know what I think about this, but... The first part affects the ability to sing songs. The second one affects all your actions.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of annoying.
It is really annoying. But on top of that, look at the type. It's a captain, so this can actually be paired up really nicely with Smee.
Oh yeah. I didn't actually think about that. I still feel it's kind of expensive. It's like an unlinkable 4.
Yeah, but we'll see how this one plays out.
This Pete, it's just Ursula. Honestly, it's just, Emerald Steel Ursula. That's cheaper. Shift for 4, which is, you're already playing Pete, okay? You can drop your Pete, and then your next turn you can shift in your Pete, making it even more annoying. And while this character is exerted, opposing characters can't sing.
I like that.
And your pirate characters.
So you're making a pirate tribal deck?
So you can definitely quest with it, shift onto the Pete, quest with it, gain 2. Now this also has resist because it's also a pirate.
Right.
And it's essentially like a 5/6. It's like almost Clarabelle-esque.
I like it.
It's very strong. Very strong.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely playable. The shift cost is so low. For the threshold that your Pete is already being played on 3.
Right.
And so if it's being played on 3, your next ink, you can shift this in. You're going to lock out some of the singing because you can immediately quest with because it's done by shift. So that affects the Steel Song players quite drastically.
Or you pair this up with discard, and now they're going to be sitting with a bunch of songs in their hands that they haven't been able to use, and you just shift onto this, and then you can sing like Sudden Chill or something.
Or use Ursula the crap out of their hand.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. No, this card, I think, consensus-wise,
it's cool.
It's a good card. I think just the ability to stop people from singing and the shift cost, and also bumps the lore questability.
Not to mention that Green Steel doesn't have too many strong hitters, right? This is a pretty strong body, 5/5.
Yeah, it's very, very, very tanky.
Pair that with a Cove, right?
Okay, this one is kind of hyped for me. I thought it was legendary at first, so it's only super. But I guess there are no dual colors legendaries yet.
Not yet. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole new set. But Hiro Hamada, Armor Designer. Unfortunately, most hero cards are so expensive. The base hero, we need a 2-drop or 1-drop hero.
We do.
Otherwise, these are like very hard to play. But looking at this card effect, I think people will just play it regardless because it gives all your Floodborns that are shifted evasive ward.
Right.
So you're not getting touched. You're getting either board wipe or you're not touched at all, or they have to challenge you because you did something. If you can somehow find a way to add bodyguard onto something like
that would be funny. That would be funny.
A warded evasive bodyguard
just have like a card with as many keywords as possible.
Just put all the keywords on there so that he's just untouchable.
Yeah.
you board wipe or you're cooked. I don't know. It feels expensive, but the style is not bad.
It's not bad. Like I would maybe play this as a tech. Again, like it
has to be shifted in. It's morph.
Yeah, so you can throw this on top of morph, but you can also pair this up with Diablo too, right? Because you're probably gonna have Diablo.
If you have a shifted Diablo, you get ward to Diablo. Then you don't have to worry about the brawl and all the pings.
Right, exactly.
It makes Diablo pretty crazy, like a late game Diablo.
And if you play the morph, you're right. It opens you up like Clarabelle's and like Mother Gothel shifts. So there's like a lot of different areas you can explore with this.
I mean, I think this one's all right. I think it's not too bad. I do find it kind of expensive. I kind of wish it was like shift 4.
Yeah.
Because then it would make sense if it was shift 4 because the heroes that we're playing are all 3 costs so that you can turn 4 shifted in. Right now you can't do that.
Yeah.
Unless you have like a proper ramp. But if you're ramping, you're not playing hero. Hero's not a ramp card.
Yeah, exactly.
They need a 1-drop hero ramp.
Yeah.
Okay, 2-drop hero.
Well, here's the thing. Like during right now, as recording with this video, there's still few cards left to be revealed. So you never know. Give
us a low cost hero so that Baja Blast can actually finish it. Although Baja Blast is already really annoying with the Ink Geyser.
Yeah.
No one's gonna.
But it's okay. We need new ink pairings to be good. So.
I mean, my thing has never been meta. But I mean, it started to win. It got really popular recently.
Yeah, recently.
Aurora. This is another Cinderella. It's not a 2/3 Cinderella. It's a 1/4 Cinderella. Except this is a singer that can re-ready herself.
Yep.
So, I think the general consensus is most legendary in this set kind of sucks, except for Amber.
Amber always seems to be getting like all the best legendaries recently.
This was crazy. I mean, they already got the turtle singer, right?
Yeah.
What was that? The turtle singer? This thing? No, this thing.
Troubadour, yeah.
Yeah, the Troubadour. Troubadour's already really good because it's like definitely it's inkable just like Ursula. It's singer 4 just like Ursula, except it has resist 1.
You're adding an extra pattern, right, to its weaknesses essentially.
So it takes. You need a big resist 1. Essentially, just means like you need a big hitter. Yeah. Otherwise, you're not hitting this.
Yeah.
And so
not to mention like 1/3 with resist +1. Like Calhoun's not getting through that.
Yeah, Calhoun's not breaking it.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So it's like, this is really, really good. On top of that, whenever you heal damage, say you drop this on... Okay, you drop this on 3.
Sure.
You deal some damage on 4. I don't even care. You can like even challenge with her, right?
Yeah, you could. Because a lot of times,
take some damage.
What you can do for Amber songs is that they like to have Daisy challenging into something. Daisy takes 3 damage. You heal it with Rapunzel, and then this thing is gonna trigger.
And this is gonna be ready. So you could even use this to finish off a swing.
Yeah.
Re-heal her, re-ready, and sing another thing.
Yeah, exactly. And this thing Quest for 2, it seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's a little too good. Oh, I like these. Scrooge McDuck. So the blue colored ones are really good too. You may exert 4 items of yours to play this character for free. So item builds are getting so much of a boost.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. We're seeing blue-red everywhere.
Red items.
Right?
I like the deck.
Okay.
Item matters deck. Item tribal.
Item tribal. That's exactly what we're looking at. So when you play this character, look at the top 4 cards. You may reveal an item card and put it in your hand. I like the fact that you can play this when a character is played to get something.
Right.
All right. And then you can put the rest into the bottom of the deck. So you could get an item, but you can. The best part is you play this card for free. As early as possible, getting a 4-drop for free is pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I think it's just,
I like it.
It's just easy to play. It's not doing something extravagant,
right?
But you just know that. Oh, if I have like 4 items, like I've got my ice blocks and I've got my.
But here's the thing, right? Like if you're playing red blue, a lot of your guys are really big. So eventually, you're only gonna have like 1 character at a time. This will allow you to have that extra character on board to kind of go wider, right? Wider that red blue usually has trouble with. Oh my gosh, Tamatoa.
Tamatoa is always
another Tamatoa. We need to shift Tamatoa now.
Please no. Well, actually, no. What would you even do with a shift Tamatoa? You're shifting on top of a 6. Or actually, no. There's that snail.
Well,
there's a snail Tamatoa, the tiny one.
That's true.
The dirty little crab.
Yeah.
The green one.
The first chapter one.
No, the green one, the crappy one.
Another Baja Blast.
Yeah, Baja Blast. This one's this is like a mid-rangey Tamatoa. Sure, it's 6, but it's inkable. That's already.
I like that.
Nice.
I like that.
When you play this character, return 2 items from your discard to your hand. So. Okay, that's really good.
Popsicle.
I'm not gaining the big lore, but whenever you quest with this character, you play item.
So you're throwing a dime down for free after you just get it back. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this card. This card, I
like it. It's good. See,
it's good.
It's Hiro. Hiro does one thing. It does 2 things. It does something on play, and it does something on quest.
Right.
This thing does 2 different things.
Right.
One thing on play, one thing on quest.
But it has 2 things. It has a lot of text.
But the crazy part is that how we look at the ink count or like the cost of the card. You're like, oh, if I use something to sing, I'm paying 6 with something that I've already paid for.
Sure.
But essentially, you're questing with this card, and you have an X value depending on what the item is, and that's where it's like crazy.
Yeah.
Because you can play the big items now, the 6 cost, the 7 cost.
You can 8. This thing can really open up some pretty crazy plays. I like it.
Steel.
I'm gonna cook up something with my Robin Hood.
I think you can play it with steel. I think there's a way to make it really messy, but I think because as the game gets longer, it naturally just get better.
Yeah, I would say that's the money card of the set.
There is also the Mickey Mouse. That's the money card.
Yeah, I would say Tamatoa is.
I mean, that one's like a really good one.
Yeah, I would say it'll be the Chase Legendary.
Happy as a clam. Okay, Mickey Mouse Inspirational Warrior.
1/1.
Hey, look at that effect! Look at that effect! No, I like it. So during your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may play a character for free.
What are you playing with it for free?
This is a turn 2 drop, right?
Okay.
So there's only one color I would ever mix this card with. It's the only color that's mixing in is red.
Okay.
If we can go Vitalosphere.
Sure.
And then put that on 1, play this on 2, and then swing into whatever that they have questing.
Okay.
If possible. If it's turn 1, probably not. Maybe turn 2, maybe not even then. Maybe it's turn 3. It is a little slower than I thought now.
Yeah.
It's getting slower, but if I can drop this and a Vitalosphere, and I can swing in, using that rush.
Okay.
This is likely gonna die with it. Yeah. I don't think it's surviving.
No, this thing is not surviving. They made it purposely where you're only getting one. Yeah, you're trading and you're getting 1 free thing. That's it.
Oh no, it can kill Diablos.
So that is pretty funny.
You can kill those 0-1 Diablo.
If I see
and
this,
Merfolk.
I'm inking my Diablo, you know? I'm bouncing it back and I'm inking it.
Merfolk, go ahead, quest with your Merfolk. See what happens, buddy.
Yeah.
Try me. Mufasa's coming.
Oh, gosh.
I have a turn 1 Mufasa.
This card is really gimmicky.
With red, you can go for Mushu.
Oh, that's
Not
true.
Not every single character
that's
is
true.
Like, can you imagine Mushu? Like every character being like Mushu is crazy because now this thing can challenge hard.
Well, I guess this
thing
can
resist.
Yeah, resist too. So this thing will survive
if we can get that far.
Yeah.
But if you're going against like a purple matchup and they go Diablo, you're like.
Yeah, it feels bad.
Like, oh.
But this thing is just like, if you're playing red steel, you're not gonna be able to ink this thing. So it's kind of stuck in your hand, right? Unless you're like discarding with Dock or something.
I mean, if you're gonna playing like another 2 uninkable, it's gonna be Calhoun.
Yeah.
Would you drop this or Calhoun?
Yeah, exactly.
But if I have Vitalosphere, 100% I'll drop this.
You gotta make it work.
I'm gonna force
make
out.
it work.
Like what's a good red character? What's a good
Maui half.
Imagine if I put Gantu. Like the four.
That's disgusting.
Just put Gantu Quest.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Quest. What are you gonna do?
I was gonna give you 8 lore
I out hyper aggro you.
Yeah.
I'm hyper aggro. I don't know. That's what I think. I like the potential of this card.
Right.
It's just it forces you to play certain colors that make it so that it has rush.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Okay.
I don't like
this card. I like this card's so funny.
Dumb.
It just changes the win con for the whole game, right? It's like now
your opponent
like you have goat in your hand. Too bad. Now you need goat and bounce.
But like, what if they just bounce this card? Right? It's not that hard to kill.
That's the only downside. This card is like super like gimmicky too.
Well, it's like, okay. Life stat line.
Yeah.
5/6.
Sure.
5/6 is not that bad. Say they have Elsa. They exert it. They swing everything in to take it out. Well, they'll actually lose a lot of stuff if they swing into it.
They would.
So it's only like one particular matchup I can just like OTK it. It's just like red. They go like Maleficent Dragon. Ping it off.
Gone, right?
Like, but
what I'm thinking with this card is like you could potentially play this card and maybe Ruby Amethyst and combine this card with Pirate's Life to kind of delay your opponent from winning a little bit more, right? So that's kind of what
how much
I'm
like
getting.
ink are we at? Like we have to both put 7 uninkable, so we're paying 7 for this, and then we have to start somehow singing Pirate's Life. I mean, this could sing it.
Yeah, it could actually. Yeah,
Donald Duck was singing Pirate's Life. I couldn't close the game because the gap became 7, and I couldn't win the game anymore.
I don't know. I think this card is just funny. It has potential to be like a really like
annoying card.
Niche, top deck, and you slap it down, and then you just win next turn, right?
Okay. That's so weird. If it's a tight race, this could like be a game changer.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm down to my last quest. You're like, oh, can you finish
Yeah, what if they're top
Nope.
decking and they have like 1 Merfolk on, right?
Yeah, it could be close. This is...
Oh, this card is spicy. I'm going to cook up some good stuff with this. You guys know I like to play actions with Robin Hood.
Robin Hood can pay for 6, right?
Yep, 6 or less.
If you Robin Hood into this... isn't there a concern that your opponent has a good card?
Not really.
Like, if they're playing red, would you be more concerned?
Well, if they want to drop a Maleficent Dragon, sure, go ahead.
But like,
right?
what if they go like, what if you don't have something crazy? What if they just go for like, I don't know,
well, that's the thing.
A Lady Tremaine?
So I'm playing green, right? And in my Robin Hood deck, I play Diablo. I'm looking at their hand. I'm playing Ursula. I'm also looking at their hand, right? So you can kind of gauge to see whether or not it might be safe, right, for you to drop this. But either way, it's just like, let's just say I can start playing like Maui Half Sharks or maybe Tremaines or Medusas to kind of like, mitigate what they're going to be dropping to, right? I personally like it. I think it has really, really good potential.
I think you can go bend to your will.
Okay.
So they lose everything, and then you win this card.
That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
They'll have 1 card because I don't expect us to have 12 ink to go bend to your will and then play this. Like, I'm.
I don't think you would even
Clarabelle.
keep that card in your hand that long because you would have enough ink to play whatever you want at that point.
It's true. It's true. But it's just funnier.
Yeah.
It's just funnier. I mean, early drop Clarabelles would be like crazy.
Yeah, early drop. Because here's the thing, right? Like, you're losing 2 cards to play Clarabelle. You're losing Clarabelle and Clarabelle, right? So I think it's really good, Clarabelle. And I think for those of you guys who don't know, is like when you play this card, as a turn player, you're the one that has to reveal first, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think that's what it says. Like the active player is the first one to go.
Yeah, and then the opponent chooses. They may play a card based off of what you reveal.
Yeah. They choose not to play anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest concern is just mainly like red, or if they get like It's mainly red.
But again, if you're playing
red cards.
if you're playing red, you're just inking this.
Yeah, I'm
right?
I'm never gonna give you a free 9 drop.
Of course not. And if I mill this with Robin Hood, I'm sure I'll have another action to play, right? So I think it's fine. I like it.
Oh, that's the last card. Well, that's our current opinion and our review of the stuff coming out in Archazia's island. I said it right. Archazia's island.
Each to their own.
Yeah. Tomato.
Yeah.
Potato.
Yeah, exactly. But that was fun. Like let us know what you guys think. We want to know your opinions on some of these cards as well.
Like, what's hyped up?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What card do you think people are gonna get burned on?
Yeah.
Honestly, there are gonna be some cards that are just overly hyped, and then they're gonna suck. I looked at a lot of legendaries. We were not. Yeah. Like, at least this time the legendaries.
Look at Genie, right, from last set too. It was like a $30 rare, and now it's a $10 rare. It's crazy.
What? It dropped already?
Yeah, it dropped.
What happened?
People realize that rabbits are just so much better because they rather draw 2 than draw 1 and lose it to a brawl, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
But it was still very, very powerful.
It is in certain decks, right? So that evasive is like
it's still a good card.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all we have for this one. If you guys enjoyed our chat, well, hit the thumbs up button.
Thumbs up.
Hit the thumbs up button.
Let us know if you guys like this. If there's anything we can improve on, but hopefully in the future,
we're perfect.
More discussion videos, happening soon. So
well, I guess this was new set, but we'll talk about other things. There's lots of things I want to talk about.
We're diversifying. We got stuff going on.
Rule sharking. Okay. We'll see you guys
go there
in the next one.
Peace.